What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge for another Sooner Surge Senior Spotlight. This one in Alyssa Brito. As you all know, Brito was very integral in the championship that was won the last 2 years when she's been in Norman. Came from Oregon, so this would be her. She's going for her third straight natty. It seems like she's been there 4 or 5 years, but this really is only her third year in Norman. And the question around Alyssa Brito is not how great she's going to be, it's where is she going to be on the defensive side. Last year, made significant improvements in strength, power, slugging percentage. She had big time increase across the board in those categories, and I expect her to continue those. Her fielding percentage was, I think, 96. So she did it all last year. She brought the excitement, even as you know, the walks and the hit by pitches even brought excitement on those. So I expect another elite year for Alyssa Brito. And guys, again, the question is she going to be on the corner or is she going to be there at shortstop?
Well, I think she's going to play at third. And here's why. I think, we see the impact she made at third last year, right? We saw someone maybe who wasn't really known as a star in softball yet to a player who became one of the best third basemen in all of college softball, one of the best players on Oklahoma's team last year, and which was an extremely loaded team. And you just talk about the jumps, Jeremy, you said she made, whether it was her hitting or her fielding, right? We saw it. We saw the improvement there. She found a home at third base. And so that's kind of why I think she'll stay at third. It's just because of the comfortability aspect she already has there, the home she has there. Now, obviously, she can play shortstop. And obviously, the question is, as you said, Jeremy, will she play third or will she play shortstop? I think that's really is to be determined. Obviously, we're not going to know till the first game, but I think she's going to stay at third. And, I'm really excited to see Alyssa Brito, in which, she's kind of a wild card in a lot of things because she is a player that could lead this team in home runs. She is a player that could lead this team in RBIs. In my opinion, she has the best swing of the whole entire team right now. Like, her swing is flawless. It's beautiful. And so I'm truly intrigued just to see what kind of jumps Alyssa Brito is going to make in her third year at Oklahoma.
Well, you mentioned it, and I have a feeling she's going to play shortstop. But I'll say this: I think earlier in this year in the offseason, I said I don't think Patty will switch between shortstops. I actually think she will. I think she'll play shortstop some because Torres bat is really good, and she's a really good third baseman. So I think you have that option to put Torres at third and move Brito to short. But I also think there will be some games and maybe some series where she goes to third and maybe Hodge plays short. I don't know. I'm up in the air still on what it's going to be. But guys, it does not get better than a Brito bomb. Okay, the Brito bombs are the best, and when you see that happen, it's just awesome. And I'm excited for her in her last year. I think she's going to have an incredible year. I don't know where she'll play, third or short. I don't think it matters. She's going to be elite at either position. She's going to be very elite in the batter's box because she's going to deliver like she always does, and she's going to be an awesome leader for this team like she always is. Vocally, leadership on the field, leadership off the field, all of it. Doesn't get much better than Alyssa Brito.
Yeah, and one thing, Brito, you talk about the stick up at the plate. Does a great job spraying the ball across every side of the field. She can go oppo. She can yank it down the line, straightaway center. She's hit bombs anywhere and everywhere. But, yeah, where she plays, I don't think is going to matter a whole lot. Now, of course, it matters for OU, but I think she would be great at third because she's done it before. And I think her range, she's not near as maybe slow as maybe some people think she won't make the jump to shortstop because of her range, but I actually think she's got really, really good range at shortstop. So, I think she could easily make that transition. It's going to depend on what does Coach Gasso want for Alyssa Brito. But again, last year, I think got up to 16 homers. Is that right? I want to say that's what it was from 14 to 16 the year before. I definitely can see Brito hitting 20. For sure, I think Brito could be maybe in the 15-15 club of homers and stolen bases. So it'll be interesting. And like you said, Jaxon, could very well lead the team in RBI. She had some clutch hits last season.
Yeah. And Jay, I'm gonna go back to something that you said, in which right, we could actually see her play shortstop and third, and that's something I've never thought about. And I think I like that because as Jeremy said, some people question her range, which I don't really know why, because some of the athletic plays she made at third last year were absolutely incredible. I mean, especially with the way that she's able to dive, extend her arms, backhand the ball in the glove, right? Just kind of make all these plays. It truly is just a work of art out there at third. And, I think from third to short, you see a lot of those skills able to correlate. And so that's why, Jay, I think you had a great point there in which you could see her play both. And Gasso, we've seen her accustomed to making lots of different changes, showing lots of different looks night in and night out. So I would not be shocked if we see her play both.
Well, and I think going from third to short, I think the biggest issue for people, and I'm not saying for her because I think it's total opposite, but shortstop, sometimes you're throwing from a lot farther distance. And that's one thing she does not lack is arm strength. Alyssa Brito's got a cannon, okay? She hoses that thing over there extremely fast. So I could see her playing shortstop, no issues. And we'll see what Patty does. Like I said, we could talk about this for a whole video. But Alyssa Brito, I think, Jeremy, you mentioned 20 home runs. I kind of think she's going to be closer to 25. I really think she's going to make a massive jump in the power rankings in the home run for Oklahoma. I really do. She, like you said, maybe 16 last year. I see her getting closer to 25. I really do. I think, she hit so many, like you said, she can spread it around. But, man, when she's on and really on, she is smoking that ball down the left field line. And I just see her hitting about 20, I'd say about 23, 24 home runs for Alyssa Brito. And she's going to continue to have a ton of RBIs because also who bats in front of her, right? There's going to be people on, and she's going to be one of the ones that's bringing them in a lot.
Yeah, and arguably maybe even the most patient hitter that OU has.
True.
Very good.
A lot of times last year, 0-2 count to walk.
Great eye, compact swing, crowds the plate a little. That way she can turn on it. So Alyssa Brito is going to do phenomenal things here. We are getting very close, about 12 days out of opening day there in Puerto Vallarta against Utah Valley. I know one thing, the place to get all the softball content, you're on it right now. It's the Sooner Surge because we'll have weekly lives, probably 2 or 3 times a week to cover Sooner softball starting that week at Puerto Vallarta. And we appreciate you watching the content that we do provide. Thanks for being a Sooner Surge follower and subscriber. Appreciate watching this video. Till next time, Boomer.
Sooner.
Yeah.